Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to another journal video. Yep, today's video will be analyzing trades, and then talking about trades I took yesterday, Friday, and then yesterday, Thursday, and then today, Friday. So this is the overview of the accounts. Current balance it's 100k, $100,785, and then basically no violations. And then for those that don't know, this like a 100k my Forex Funds account. My Forex Funds is like a proprietary firm that gives you money to trade for them. And then this like my phase one. You have to pass both phase one and phase two to get to the live account. So this is my phase one account. And then so far, number of traded days, number of days elapsed 11. Still have a long way to go. And then if you look at the graph here, had a bit of a drawdown yesterday on Thursday. Yep. Balance went down to 99,200. That was a loss like over 0.7%, 0.7 something percent. And then today was up, yep, and up with like 0.78. So without further ado, we'll go to Excel so you can analyze the trades I took yesterday and then today. So Excel, nice. So now the first trade here is an NZD trade. So yeah, all the trades I took yesterday on Thursday, all of them were having the same confluences. Yeah, we had this whole consolidation that on my MT4, yeah, my trading terminal, my MT4 on my phone, it was showing me that the RSI was overbought, and then it was showing as if it was on curve and then start selling. But then I did not come to check with my trading view, so that was like giving me wrong signals. So I sold for all of them, both AUD, NZD, Euro USD, and then GBP USD. Those are like the four trade pairs I trade. So I risked even I that was like a low probability trade. Yeah, I could see it because the only confluence I had there was the whole choppy consolidation, and then some weird looking rejection candles. Yeah, I've had that kind of experience with Euro USD before. Yeah, so I felt like okay, probably it was going to reverse here, and then it was likely that it was not going to reverse. So I like risked to $200 for each trade. That was like 0.2. So all the trades ended up in losses. Yep. And then I think those were like the trades I took yesterday. Yeah. This GBP USD here, this one I cancelled it because the lots were wrong. The lot sizing was wrong, so I cancelled it. But the rest, it's pretty the same thing. Like NZD USD, it was a short minus 159. I saw in the comments and confluence, I saw consolidations that looked like bearish rejections, and MT4 showed that stochastic and RSI were overbought. Yeah, I think that was the mistake. I did not look at my trading view. And then before the trade, I was having double thoughts. I felt the trades were also high risk, so I risked 0.2% for all. And then during the trade, well, I was in profits for a while, and then back to losses, and then it hits my SL. Then after the trade, I checked the trading view, and then I discovered that stochastic RSI wasn't overbought. So I'm going to jump to trading. I'm into my charts now, so I can like show you the trades, 4 of them, and then we'll come back and then look at the trades I took today. So this is my chart. Nah, this is not the setup. 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 Yep, I think this is the setup for NZD USD. So we had this whole we had this whole consolidation here, yeah, consolidation here, and then this whole part that was broken to the top. Okay, let me clear it up. So once I saw this break at the top, and then I saw this rejection candle. This is not a doji candle, this is like a rejection candle, an engulfing, a bearish engulfing candle. So once I saw this engulfing candle, I thought this was like a liquidity run. Yeah, it was just to take liquidity and then boom, will flush to the downside. Yep, I don't know that the liquidity was actually going to be mighty. So I did not check my trading view. So if you can see here, the whole RSI was actually going down. It was showing that it was oversold. Yeah, that it was going to go to the upside. Yeah. So I really did not see that one. Yeah. So I entered the trade and we can all guess the outcome. The way that's saying. Then boom, in losses. Yep. If you look at the AUD2, we had this engulfing candle here. But AUD, I thought it was going to do something like a double tops, because we had this whole downward move and then upward and then rejected at exactly the same place. So I thought it was a nice engulfing, and then the same thing skyrocketed, like did not even waste time. And then Euro USD was quite interesting. Euro USD was just giving me these rejections. Yeah, and then same thing when I saw the RSI and stochastic on my MetaTrader, I saw that it was oversold, and then I was expecting the whole pump to the downside. But then I gave a lot of gap. That's a lot of breathing space for the stop loss. Yeah, because Euro USD and GBP USD like to manipulate a lot. Then we had this whole stop loss thing, and then GBP USD actually put my stop loss tight, because GBP USD little movements within GBP USD actually cost a lot. Yeah, a movement like this, yeah, this stop loss, you'll be shocked to discover that this already 15 or 16 pips. So it's good to, like, most times I don't like trading because you have to like put your stop loss small to actually gain the most. But then once you are doing that, GBP USD does a lot of manipulations, can kick you out, and it actually did kick me out. So these are like the trades for yesterday, and then we'll look at today's trade. Yeah, today's trades, we are all from one setup, AUD-USD. Yep, AUD-USD. Friday 14th, trade number 20, AUD-USD. Lots 2.01. I spread 0.5% into 4 trades. Yes, into 4 trades. Yeah, it was a short position, and the entry price was around 0.72845. TP was 0.72660. So this first one, and then the last one, the TP was actually the first swing low that was in my way. Yeah. So the way I entered this trade here, I had like I think an 11 pip stop loss. So I knew that somewhere around 4.5 lots was going to be risking 0.5%. So I opened the first trade with the 2, because that was when the previous candle closed. So I was expecting like a move to the upside, like it will first go bullish then bearish. So once it was going bullish, I was adding 1.01. I added 2, and then there was a point where it's actually here. There was a point where the market, like, it went, there was this whole impulsive bullish move, and then I added the last 0.1. Yeah. So before the conference for this trade was double tops, and then rejections at the neckline of those the double tops, and then it was looking like a head and shoulder pattern. Yeah, because I'll explain it when we go back to the chart. Then before the trade, I was not really confident in the trade because the stochastic and RSI didn't really align, and most of the pairs I trade my trade have been acting up lately. It was from the loss of yesterday, so I've been acting up lately. So I decided to raise 0.5, and I divided the positions into different positions. So during the trade, I was really calm, but until one candle started a very big impulsive move, the candle I was talking about, and then I was scared, so I decided to drop to the lower time frame, and then the 15 minutes, and then I found a nice doji candle that's closed, and I knew that was just a liquidity run, so I added the last 1.0 position, and the TP of this particular position was at the swing low. And then after the trade, I was actually grateful. I was just grateful because I needed the win. Like, I really needed the win because my confidence was already thing. So I like needed the win to reassure me that okay, I actually have this under control. Yeah. So the same thing with the rest. I think the only difference here was doing the trade. Like this trade number 21. The TP of this position was the first psychological level. Then this one to the TP was the last. The TP was the swing low that started the whole bullish run. So I'm going to explain everything in the whole the charts. So let's go to the charts. I think this one's TP was the same. Everything about this one is the same as the first trade for this one. Then this Euro USD trade was actually a mistake. I wanted to open it as a USD trade, but then I did a mistake. I opened the Euro USD trade. So I closed it almost immediately once I could get the money to cover up for my commission. I closed it. So let's go to the charts and look at this nice setup. So this is the position. Okay, this is the outcome. Look at the position. So I want to break it down. So let's see. So we had this was the move that took me out yesterday. So we had this whole break of structure to the upside, push to the downside. We failed to break this structure. We went up, but then we failed to break this high, and then we came and broke this low here. This low that was created here. So this is like a failed this thing. Buyers were in the market, and then sellers kicked in, buyers came, but then sellers took over because we had a candle close. I think this was like the first candle that closed below this low here. So to me, yeah, if you look at the whole textbook illustration of this move, if you look at the textbook illustration of this move, it's supposed to be something like this: a push down, a push, and then down, and then a retest exactly here, and then a flush to the downside. Yeah, but then it's never going to give you a textbook. You have to like look at it critically and analyze it. Yeah, you have plenty parameters to look at. So since we had a candle that closed below here, the next thing to expect was a retest, but I didn't actually believe that the retest was going to happen because let's see the retest. But then when I saw this whole doji candle, I think the first place I saw this was on DXY. I saw DXY was giving me an engulfing candle, and these pairs, all the pairs I trade are somewhat correlated with the DXY, especially the Euro. Yeah, and then once I saw that engulfing candle on the DXY, I knew that the rest were going to flush to the downside. But AUD the positions I analyzed were on Euro USD and AUD USD, but Euro USD I was having double thoughts about it, so I just took AUD USD only. So we had this whole bearish, this whole rejection candle, this doji candle. Then boom, I just placed my whole entry here. But I was expecting something like this was like a 1.89. That was 1.89, but then I took my first take profits here. Closed like 3, like let's say 70% of my positions here. Yep, and then the second TP was around 0.72500. That's around here. And then the last one, we'll go to the next image and then I'll show you. So this was like the whole this thing. So what I was having double thoughts about was this whole RSI did not reach this point yet. So if you go to the outcome, you see that for this RSI to reach here, another candle came that took out liquidity. Let me clean this place. That took out liquidity. That it came up, boom, took out people that put their stop losses just here. That's why it's good to, if you see my trading plan, there's a place where I said allow stop loss to breathe. Like that's why it's good to like put your stop loss a few pips above what's like your confidence or what's like your structure. So now let's go to the outcome. Okay. So this was the outcome. This was the outcome. This was the outcome. So this was like the candle that came up. Once this candle came up here, I was already giving up because it was close to my SL. But when I dropped to the 15 minutes, I saw like a doji candle after it had taken out this previous high, which was this which was the wick of this candle. Once it took it out, I saw in the 15 minutes formed a very perfect doji candle. So I added another position, I think around here, another 1.01 position. Yeah. So in all, yeah, this was like the first take profit, but in all, I allowed the trade to run down to the swing, the low that started this whole bullish run. Yeah. So in all, it was like a 1 to 5 RR. Yeah, it's like, I think this like the best trade I've caught since I started this my Forex Funds. Yeah. In all, it gave me like but since I was taking partials, it gave me like times 3, and that's like a 1 to 3 ratio. Yeah. So those are like the trades I took this week. So next we'll be going to my weekly report. Yes, weekly report. So date range from 10th, week number 2, 10th to 15th January 2022. Number of trades 18 trades, 11 setups. Wins, we had 12 wins. Yeah, that's 66.6%. And then losses, we had this is wrong. It's supposed to be 6. Yeah, it's supposed to be 6 losses. Made a mistake. Divided into 3. 6 losses. Yeah, 6 losses, which was 33.3%. I know. Yeah, this week it's like a flip of what happened the previous week. The previous week my losses were 66.6, and this week my wins are 66.6. So it's like an improvement, even though it's not really significant, but it's like an improvement. So last week's profit was like $15. This week is $785. It's not up to 1%, but it's still something. Yeah, I'm still trying to like get my feet. I think next week is going to be better, and then last week is still going to be better. So now the balance is $100,785.73. Yep, this week I couldn't really like put any observations. Yeah, I really did not put any observations. But let's see, lessons learned. I think there were lessons to learn from the trade of yesterday. NZD, AED, GBP, and Euro USD. Yep, I think the cumulative loss was minus 775.60. So the whole lesson was, don't rely on data from your trading terminal, always compare to data from TradingView. So that's what I'm going to be doing I started it from today. Yeah, always make sure I compare it. So we go back to Chrome. Yep. Then look at the stuff. Yeah, as you can see the report here. This is like the weekly report. You can see, I think I'll be talking about the total trades. Yeah, total trades 17. Profit trades 12 trades, same thing, 66.67. Loss trades 33.3. Yeah, so that's that. But about that. Yep, that's that about that. So for today's video, this is going to be the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and then watch out for my outlook on Wednesday, where I'll be talking about trades I took on Tuesday and Wednesday, because most times I don't trade on Monday, but if I trade on Monday, I'll include it. So till then, stay safe and see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.